I discovered you on Tumblr, as I'm
Mhm.
sure many people did. And it's so funny because you were such an originator of so many trends and you were so ahead of your time. I mean, you're still like ahead. I feel like you're like living, it's like we're in 2023. Which year do you think you're in? You're like in 2033, 2043.
I can't say what year I'm in. I think at this point I'm just like transcending space and time
Yeah,
and just existing within whatever it is in this current moment, you know?
that feels absolutely right for you, transcending space and time. When you were on Tumblr and putting your work and your images on Tumblr, what was that early experience like for you and what drew you to the platform?
I think that Tumblr was, just another kind of place to express myself. I think that, Tumblr was a while ago. It's like at that point, I was just in such a hyper expressive state. It's like no matter where it was, I just wanted to put that out into the world
Mhm.
and connect, really.
Yes.
I really wanted to just connect with like minded people or
Mm.
other creatives or just really get things off of my chest because
Yes.
creativity is my form of therapy in a way.
Yeah.
It's really a way for me to just get things out of my head and get things out from my heart. And I
I just
think,
had a light bulb moment as you were speaking about that. I feel like I'm kind of in that phase now of just wanting to create content all the time.
mhm,
And I'm just kind of like going with it because maybe there's going to be a time that I don't want to turn an afternoon into like a little mini vlog. But for
mhm.
right now, something is like pushing me to do that and put that out on the internet.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think, yeah, I can see that. I see your content. I see the stuff you do, and it's really beautiful
Oh,
what you're
thank
doing.
you.
I
Thank you.
think, a lot of us are enjoying that expression, like your beauty of your life and your
Mhm.
perspective. I think
Mhm.
it's cool, and I noticed that,
Yeah,
your
that impulse to share.
the
It's like
impulse to
it comes
share.
from inside and then yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I used to have that. I don't have that
But you're
anymore.
much more private now.
I am.
Yeah,
I
which we'll talk
am.
about.
Yeah,
But so
I'm.
in that time, you were really feeling like I want to put myself out there, share things. It was like this, you had to do it.
I had to. It was just coming straight from the source of like,
Mhm.
this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm sharing, this is what I'm
Mhm.
doing, this is what I'm sharing. And I think that maybe a day will come where you do become a little bit tired of it, or you do decide to step back a
Mhm.
little bit and just focus on things in a different way. And I
Mhm.
think that really served its time and its purpose for me. And it was in that state of connection, and it was in that state of, I think the landscape of the internet and social media was very different then.
Very.
I think we weren't really relying so much on algorithms.
Mhm.
I think for me, the algorithm has also made me step back a little bit and realize that, not realize, but question how safe these spaces are for me, as a woman of color, as an artist, as somebody that's independent, as somebody that is not necessarily fueled by the machine. It's like I'm existing within a very independent space. So I question
Mhm. Mhm.
how I share now.
Yes.
And I think I'm just very much in my phase of questioning. I still do stories and I still
Mhm.
post. I'm still there, I'm still present, but I just think for me, it's like, how present do I necessarily want to be until the next project?
Yes. Yes, using it as a tool for a larger piece of artwork that you're sharing. Now, I would also imagine as a creative who is so ahead of trends, there also must be the sensitivity towards putting out something and then someone, you're on the mood board, but it's not inspiration, it's like a direct copy. And I know you in your own career have dealt with like IP issues.
Hmm.
Are you open to talking about that?
Yes, I am. For me, at first, it was difficult because as a young artist, as an independent artist, you really want to have visibility, you want to have your moment, you want to have the community, you want the support.
Mhm.
And I think when you hear that you're on the mood board for these artists, I wouldn't say bigger artists, I would just say more
More
visible,
mainstream,
more
more visible. Yep,
mainstream.
yep.
I think that it can become frustrating because ultimately what you're doing as an artist is like you're expressing your heart in that moment. For me anyway, I mean everybody's
Mhm.
different. Personally, I think true art is expressing your heart, your soul, your spirit, and the things that you want to say in that moment. And everything that you're doing is a reflection of that. So when you realize that, oh, well, that part of my conversation or that part of my expression or that part of the thing I'm trying to say right now is being utilized for shock factor or financial gain or as some sort of just calling card without actually the thought behind it, it can be frustrating. But now I've made peace with it, you know, because I mean, I couldn't be more happy with the way that I create my work.